Hello, it's Andrea, aka Chocolate Dimples. Today I want to talk about compromising versus settling. These two words I have treated as if they're the same, and they are definitely mutually exclusive. They are not the same. They cannot exist simultaneously. You cannot compromise and settle. You're going to do one or the other. And I have treated them as if they have the exact same meaning. I was asked recently, when did I decide to settle? When I was asked, I was thrown off. Like, I didn't even know what to say. And I'm like, you know what? I have settled. I settled in so many areas of my life. I think about a friendship that I seem to constantly bring up, and it's because I think it's the most relevant to what has been going on in my journey to wholeness. It's an example of what happens when you look within yourself and you start to make the necessary changes to be the best you, and relationships often change as a result. Some for the good, some for the bad. I was telling my friend, I said, I miss him. This is my buddy. I miss my friend. I have these moments where I really miss talking to them. Then I'm reminded of what it means to be in relationship with this person, to be in a true friendship the way it is now. It would be me settling. Now, when I say settle, it's not to say this is settling for the person, like, oh, they're a bad person. No. When I use the word settling, I mean the things that are important to me. I have to be willing to let go of those things. I have to be willing to accept less than what I need to feel secure in the friendship. I have to be willing to basically settle on what's important to me and my values and how I have to be treated. And see, I've done that throughout my life. I have settled in most areas of my life. I settled on jobs. I settled with when I was in school. I settled emotionally. I settled spiritually. I settled financially. I just accepted that I guess I could make it with less. I didn't realize fully that when you settle, you lose. See, when you compromise, you are looking at the big picture. It's like, okay, I'm willing to tolerate this particular thing so that I can, because the benefit of it is worth it in the end. I can compromise a little bit in this area because I'm thinking about the big picture, and the outcome that I'm looking for can be achieved if I want to compromise in this. But see, I was willing to settle in everything. And as I really focus and really do the work on myself, like I said, I'm finding out who I'm not. And in these areas that I've been so willing to settle have left me unsettled. I was telling my friend, I said, I cry a lot. That's the way I was. That's the way I process information. I would cry. And I was crying all the time because I was settling. I was settling. I was losing me the more and more I was willing to settle. And I couldn't handle, my spirit was vexed. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking, well, if I just do this, if I just do that, if I just change this, if I just know what I was telling myself is, if you are willing to tolerate less than what you deserve, if you're willing to accept the bare bottom minimum, if you're willing to settle, then you can have this thing. But once you get it and you realize all that you had to give up of yourself to have it, You realize you don't have anything at all because you lost yourself in the process. And that's what I was doing. I was constantly losing myself and my desire to be accepted, to be wanted, to be appreciated, whatever. I was just always settling. Now, I still miss my friend. However, I know I can't settle to have that friendship. A lot has changed in my life in the last few months because I don't want to settle anymore. You know, I gotta go to bed late and get up early. I gotta be willing to compromise a little bit of sleep to get to my goals. The only other option is to settle for a lesser life. You know, I have to be willing to compromise my Starbucks sometimes to keep the weight off. Because, see, my health is more important. Or I can settle for being unhealthy and potentially shortening my life. See, those two, they're different. Compromise, trying to get to a certain outcome. Settling, you just lose. And for the longest, I had lost myself. I had lost sense of myself. And that's the reason why I was willing to settle. I'm not willing to settle ever again in life. Because I cannot leave this world having not found my personal legend. I can't do it. I'm determined to become who I am supposed to become. In order to do that, I have to be willing to walk in who I am unapologetically. So I can't settle. It sucks sometimes because you have to say goodbye to things and people that have mattered to you. However, I'm looking at the big picture. And I can't settle because if I do settle, I may miss my destiny. Hope that makes sense to you guys. Peace and blessings. I'm out.